Very, very sensitive topic right here for me at least. But I have this report right here, and I'm uber pissed about this. But Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Marvel VP, who is Nate Moore of development, says T'Challa won't be recast. This is horrible. And guys, just to let you know, if you're watching this via live or in the replay, there's a link down to this article down in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. You will not see T'Challa in the MCU. That's the first thing he said. Or, well, that's what the quote said. So after the untimely death of our brother Chadwick Boseman in August of last year, there was question on how the MCU would handle the loss of a leader in the most popular series. So, however, there was an interview with the Ringiverse podcast where MCU VP Development Nate Moore dispelled any notion that T'Challa would be recast. I'm being quite honest, Moore stated. You will not see T'Challa in the MCU. The announcement was met with some surprise by the host of the podcast, and Moore addressed the thinking behind their decision to retire the character in the film franchise. The thinking behind their decision to retire the character in the film franchise. We have to figure out how to move on from this franchise on without the character, Moore stated, because I think we all feel so much of T'Challa in the MCU on screen. I'm going to repeat that part again. Because we all feel so much more of T'Challa in the MCU on screen. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. It's tied to Chadwick's performance. However, the decision to retire the character of T'Challa within the cinematic universe has led to some complications with the upcoming Black Panther film. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. The challenge for Black Panther Wakanda Forever is retelling the story without T'Challa. But Moore believes that the absence of Boseman and therefore T'Challa will bring a level, I think, of catharsis in people coming back to the movie without Boseman. No, because Boseman and the universe are one and the same. Yeah, guys, again, there's a link down to that article down in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. Oh, I can talk about this for an hour. First of all, I don't like these comments because I just think they're completely insensitive. Just the way he worded this. I don't even care if you started off talking about, I'm just going to be honest with you. I just don't like the energy. And when he says,
this is because I think we all feel so much
yeah,
T'Challa in the MCU.
We all feel. Who is we, James? You talking about the people at Marvel, Disney? Or are you talking about the fans? Because if you're talking about the fans, that includes me. You're not speaking for me, dude. You're not. Now, hold on. But when I was reading it at the corner of my eye, I saw a super chat. ER's grandpa, recast Spider-Man, recast Superman, recast Flash. All y'all have. So how come? ER's grandpa 517. Thank you so much. My brother, I do appreciate the super chat. Thank you, sir. But like I was saying, James, who is we, man? Because you're not speaking to me, you know. And for you to say, for you to make a comment and say a level of, I think, catharsis and people coming back to the universe without Boseman because Boseman and the universe are one and the same, bro. That's your opinion, man. I love Chadwick Boseman in the performance. I love him in the role. I think he did a hell of a great job, as we all do. But I am not glued to him only being the person to portray the role forever, to depict the role. That, like, who are you talking to? Like, where did you get this consensus from? Like, there was no national poll of fans around the world that I knew of that this took place. So, or who are you listening to? You know what I'm saying? Like, are there other critics, reviewers, pundits out there? So they have a large audience of thousands of millions of people to where they're, you know, voicing their opinions. Like, stop speaking for us, man. Like, it pisses me off. And it's like, bro, you half black. So I would expect for you to understand, do not take my hero away from me. Do not take my character away. And I'm on a soapbox right now. I'm sorry, but listen, man, look, as human beings on this planet, we all go through stuff. We all have our ups and downs. We all have good days and bad days. But you know me, B. Avery, when I have my bad days, you know, one of the things that keeps me going is when I can say, man, this day or this moment right now really sucks. Look, what do I have to look forward to? A Marvel movie. And that keeps me going. It really does. It lifts my spirits, whether it's Iron Man, Thor, or Black Panther, but especially Black Panther. I mean, I have been wanting to see something like this for my whole life. But you say that you gonna make a comment talking about what kind of energy is this? You will not see T'Challa in the MCU. Can you word it differently, my dude? Like, I am so sorry. It troubles me to say, unfortunately, you will not. He's gonna say you will not see T'Challa in the MCU. Why? And then dude, guys, I wish I had the video clips.
It's always tough when we lose someone people greatly respected. But the value of the work really means that they live forever. And that was one of the things that when Chadwick Boseman and I were texting, this was April last year. He had been ill, but people were commenting on his weight loss. And he said to me, and I didn't reveal this until after he died, but he said in the text, I want them to see the role and not see me. He said, that is the job of an actor.
Right.
Where it's not about me. It's about the role.
Right. And
people remember the role and what you did with it.
I'm done, man. And so yeah, I'm obviously very passionate about that.
Yeah.
Let me I got suit. I don't want I'm gonna let you can talk as long as you want. I just don't want these super chats to go away.
No, of course.
So
Yeah,
let me grab these real quick. Struggles TV 499. It's more disrespectful to his legacy not to recast. He would definitely want the character to continue on. It was very important to him. We don't give a yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Struggles. Thank you, Tyra. 100%. Also, we got Jaren, excuse me, 215, $5. Thank you. They had no problem recasting War Machine with Don Cheadle getting rid of Terrence Howard. There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Jaren. And thank you for the comment. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm not gonna play a video. I don't want to F up the energy, but y'all, I appreciate y'all coming in like that. So anyway, my brother, the floor is yours, man. How you feel about all this? Because
I'm just happy that you had the chance to speak on this, because honestly, like, I do think your voice in this subject to me is more important than my voice and the voice of the chat right now. But I will tell you that at first my inclination was, when I heard the news of him dying, after we took time to grieve and to pray, I thought, okay, wait a second, how are they going to handle the sequel? Maybe they shouldn't recast him because it would be tough for his co-stars to act with someone who isn't Chadwick Boseman. It's still too fresh. But then the more and more I kept thinking on it, I'm not going to lie. I think here's the thing. T'Challa was great because of Chadwick Boseman, but T'Challa is not just Chadwick Boseman. I mean, that Halloween, how many little like kids did we see dress up as T'Challa? Like, this character meant more beyond Chadwick. It was, of course, etched in history when it comes to superhero performances because of Chadwick Boseman, but the character of T'Challa, I think, should extend beyond Chadwick Boseman. And he said it, like you said, in his own words, this character is not me. I want them to see the character. So I think Marvel was they were emotional in their response to how they were going to handle this. Maybe, like you said, Brandon, maybe we don't know. Maybe the cast and crew thought, I just can't deal with Chadwick not being there. So that was a decision Disney made. But hearing these comments, this is a rare miss for Nat Moore for me, because he's usually pretty on it. He's had his hand in some amazing projects, but I think this was him being a little frustrated. Now, I didn't hear the clip. I just read the article with you, of course. And I do think he sounded a little frustrated. I'm sure he's getting the question from everybody. But that's the thing on a podcast. Sometimes your true intentions, like exactly what you feel is on your chest, you say it. And him to say T'Challa won't be in the MCU, that's like somebody saying, well, Spider-Man's not going to return. Like, no, Spider-Man's always going to be there. T'Challa is just as important as Spider-Man is for so many people. So why put them on different playing fields? I think this is something that maybe Marvel should have taken a little bit more time to sort of digest and think about before saying they won't recast him. They probably should have recast the role, only because it's not taking the character or the performance away from Chadwick Boseman. That's going to continue to be around forever. But why take away T'Challa from so many men, women, and families that love these movies?
Right. I agree. James, you said don't boycott. Why? Please let me know why. Please let me know why. Please let me know why. And the thing is, man, last December when Kevin Feige came out for their excuse me, I forgot what event it was, but you know what I'm talking about. Last December, it was like
the Investors Day.
Yeah, the Investors Day. when he was like, they're not going to recast. Of course, I expected him to say that at the end because the dude Chadwick passed away a couple of months ago. For him to come out and make announcements talking about, well, as you know, for the untimely death of Chadwick Boseman is unfortunate, but we've already decided we're going to move on by recasting T'Challa. All right, next we got Armor Wars. That would have been completely ignorant and insensitive, and people would have burned down Disney. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, show some heart and compassion. So I expected that then, but we've had over a year to sit in this, you know, and nobody was, well, I can't say nobody, maybe people were. I wasn't, you know, begging for an answer at the time. We've been screaming over here from the top of the rooftops talking about, hey man, just push this off. You can delay part 2 Black Panther 2 for a while, but this is a bunch of BS, man. I mean, I'm mad at the decision, and I'm just really pissed off about the delivery. You know, like, come on, man, that was trash delivery. Like, he just said it. He said it like we need, like we some begging children. Like, okay, look, you're not gonna get it. Stop asking. We made a decision. Move on. I mean, that's just how I took it. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, biased, whatever. Yeah, man, this is awful. I'm not happy about it. I'm Melissa S. Yeah, the delivery was aggressive.
Yeah,
you know. So I don't know, man. What else you got
in life, Brandon? I learned some things where it's not about what you're saying. Sometimes it's about how you say it. And this is a case of a poor choice of words. So he could have instead, and you and I are not PR experts, but I'm sure we probably could have come up with a better response if someone was to ask Nate Moore, hey, are you going to recast T'Challa? Maybe he should have said, we've collectively come together as a studio, as an entire cast and crew, and we've come together with the decision to not recast T'Challa. We know how important the character is to so many fans, but I think this is the best step forward to preserving the legacy of Chadwick Boseman. Boom. Much better, Brandon, than saying, you know what, y'all ain't gonna get him. And that is just, to me, it's too crass. It's just, it's not good PR, I think.
It's not, man. It's not. So, like, I kind of want to score up on him, man. Fight him. When
No,
I'm like,
Brandon, no.
Like,
we can't. We're gonna be needing super chats to get you out. We can't do that.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. But real quick though, you know, we got some fans out there that Eman been screaming at the top of rooftops too. He got the petition, so y'all sign a petition. Y'all go over to, let me do this real quick, Eman's page, and if you do channel tabs, Eman, right here, if you just type in Black Panther, you know, he gonna have Black Panther. Okay, so he talks about it all on all these. Well, I'll have a link to it down in the description box below, the petition, so y'all make sure y'all sign and take care of that right there. But because of this, it's kind of tied into it. I have this report right here from Inside the Magic. It says tens of thousands of Marvel fans demand T'Challa recasting. This talks about it as well. And the petition, of course, this was started by Eman. They shout him out in this article. I thought I saw it somewhere, but maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, a petition on change.org created by movie reviewer Emmanuel Eman Noisette. And so, you know, he's on it. So, you know, this link right here is in the description box as well, for you guys to read at your own leisure. You know, y'all can check that out. And we just need as many people to make as much noise online as possible. I will also be tweeting out things. All y'all got to do is just retweet it, and you know, we can hopefully get some type of change.
Yeah, but you know, Mara said something in the chat that I did want to bring up too, that recasting right now is probably not the best decision considering, well, everything else, Brandon, that's going on. So all that does is technically push back production even more, because you got to bring a new actor in, you got to get new lines, you got to rewrite the script entirely. Because my theory is with Wakanda Forever, they open with the funeral scene, they get it out the way, and then they just say T'Challa is gone, and then they appoint the next Black Panther, who I think was probably supposed to be Shuri, but well, this is happening with Shuri. You know what I mean, Brandon? That they want the next face of Black Panther as a franchise to probably be someone that they can take it and run with it. Even though, of course, Marvel Studios has put people as the face of franchises that have some comments that have come back up to kind of hurt them in the past. I just think that if they recast T'Challa, they're going to have to scrap whatever they're doing currently. And that's going to push this movie back another year and a half, 2 years, because the way the timelines work, right, Brandon, it's just not going to be able to come together naturally. It's going to seem a little out of place, like Black Widow, which felt a little odd.
You don't want them to recast him at all?
I would have rather they recast him, but if they do make that decision right now, I think what it does is not only push this back all the way to production resuming in January, February, it pushes us back to 2023 and beyond, because they're going to have to redo the entire script. Coogler's going to have to go in, rework everything. So I think that because they're so, I guess, so steadfast and not recasting him, they're going to essentially just they're sticking their ground, and they're not going to do it now. If they do it with the multiverse in the future, I think they could possibly do that with the multiverse coming into play. That might have saved them in this regard, to be honest with you, because if the box office numbers dip compared to the first movie, then you know what they say, Brandon? You know what? We got the multiverse. We can bring in another T'Challa from Earth 616 or whatever. So if they do that, I don't think that's real Earth. But if they do that, Brandon, I do think that, that saves their hide in that regard. But right now, I think would maybe be a little too late in the game, even though the more and more I research about this, Brandon, they should have just recast it. They really should have just done it.
Yeah, man, they should have. And unfortunately, they didn't. But, I'm still giving hope because I'm about to get noisy.
Hey, listen, I want you to voice your opinion, because that's the only way they're going to listen, is like if like people actually kind of speak up on this and it becomes bigger than what they anticipated, then this is only going to maybe push them to kind of rectify their mistake, if that makes sense.
Kevin Feige, Nate Moore, Ryan Coogler, Bob Chapek, listen to me. Recast T'Challa. Let the people know what you're doing, and just wait on this production. Like seriously, wait. You can either make $600 million with this film worldwide, or 2.2 billion. It just depends on how you handle this. Take your time. Take your time. I know you may not want to, but listen to me. Take your time and get it right. Let Letitia work this out. We'll get her healed. Hopefully they'll change these regulations with this vaccine. I doubt it. And just just take your time on recasting. And I heard a lot of people against that, but though none of those people I've heard talking about they don't want know anything about comics or anything like that. I don't mean to be rude, but it's a bunch of bandwagon fans. They don't know the significance, but I'm not trying to say that their opinion is not important, but I'm gonna just stop right there. So
well, no, I get you, Brandon, because there are some people that don't understand the significance of the character. I mean, that's a valid point. I think that's valid. I mean, I understand, no one's opinion is less than, but sometimes context can make an opinion a little bit more valid in terms of like, okay, this is the right decision, this is the right choice. And I mean, you're speaking to something that I probably don't even have that context to as well. So listen, who am I to be like, oh, like, how dare you recast T'Challa? No, like, Chadwick is dead. Okay, we know he's dead and it's unfortunate, but the character lives on. That's the thing. They did it with so many other Spider-Man movies. They did it with so many different properties. I mean, dude, you know what they're gonna do with X-Men, Brandon? That's a new Wolverine coming in. There's no way Hugh Jackman's coming back. That man needs to, well, I mean, I don't know. He's getting up there in age, so I don't know if he has the stamina for these kind of roles. But like, I do think that they're going to recast Wolverine. It's going to be a brand new Wolverine. So what is the excuse for T'Challa? That's my question.
Right on. Well, guys, so you have any more commentary on that, man?
No, I don't, honestly, but I'm really glad you spoke up on it, Brandon. It's really good to have your voice on these sort of topics. I think your voice is completely important for these sort of discussions.
Well, thank you very much, James. I do appreciate it. I really do. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are at 1 hour and 42 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right there.